This isn't usually where we are, though. This is like a football thing.
That's why it's dirty. How you doing?
Good, how are you? Why does it look like a house, though? Because there's like a garage in it. Sorry.
That's alright, don't worry. It's not school. Right, so we're just going to do some simple questions with you, right? Individually, what those questions mean to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I want you to think of them individually first. Think, what would be your short-term goal? So maybe now till the end of the season. What do you want to achieve? What would be a medium-term goal? So let's say maybe, what do you think? 2 to 5 years? And then what would be a long-term goal? All in soccer. Let's do like 2 to 3 years and then 3 to 5 years, because that'll get you to the end of high school. Right? Or just after high school. So think individually, and then I'm going to write them down. You can shout them out. Short term, what would be a short term goal for you as an individual and as a team? Go on. Mackie. What would be a short term goal? Anyone else? Go on, Rachel.
Get stronger.
To get stronger. All right, good. Individually. What do you think as a team?
To be able to like communicate as a whole.
All right.
Everybody.
Communicate. All right, go, just start shouting them out. Not a teacher, just start shouting them out.
Make it far into state cup.
What's that?
Make it far into state cup.
Excellent. State cup. Be specific. Make it far. What does that mean?
Get to the final.
Win it.
Winning.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Is that a specific thing? Right? Do you know what I mean by specific? All right. So win. Thank God you said that. That's awesome. All right. Who else would agree with that? Awesome. Right? What other short-term things can we do? We got a lot of soccer to play. Go on.
Oh, have better crosses.
Better crosses.
Kick them in the outside of the line.
That's okay, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Shoot the ball more.
Shoot more.
Better shots.
All right. Perfect. All right. Let's keep it at that. Medium term. What would you like to achieve?
This is like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Playing high school?
Playing high school. That's a great one. Would you all like to make your high school team?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, do you all have an idea of what high schools you're going to?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, have you seen that soccer team?
Yeah.
So,
One of them.
one of them, okay. Do you think the position that you play now is the same position where you'll be there?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I don't know.
You don't know? That's okay to not know, by the way. That's a good thing. All right. So, what are the medium-term goals? So, that's high school soccer. What else? It's not just soccer.
To like keep being serious with soccer?
Yes. Keeping serious, right?
Yeah.
So, stay motivated.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy to not, right?
Well, like starting to go to colleges and like know if like you want to play soccer in college.
So beyond high school,
Yeah.
right? So we'll put that in the long term, right? So I think that's a really good point. College soccer, because right now you can, if you have that goal, that's awesome, right? All right. So let's so dot between these and say which you want. So think any of a medium term or a long term. So what do you have to do to achieve that and to achieve that outside of soccer? Good. Just check it out.
Hard work.
Hard work. I agree. Okay. What else?
Confidence.
Confidence. Confidence. All right. You're missing something because college and high school, you have to do something. Grades. Well done. So off the field, right? So let's put grades. A grade's going to be very important for college,
Determination.
right? Determination. But a grade's going to help you get to college.
Yes.
Potentially one of the only ways, right? Why is that? Why do you think? Just shout it out. You don't have to put your hands up.
Because they look at your grades and like
GPA.
well
They don't want to give a scholarship to
Yes.
someone who's not going to put in the work for their school.
Exactly, right? So I put grades there, but school here. Agree? Right? So let's have a number. What if you're looking at a D1 college, what do you think your grades are going to have to be? A's.
4.0.
4.0. Okay. Right, so now, right, thinking all that, we're going to try and put it in a little bit more specific. And what we're going to call this my pen is not working very well. Can anyone read that?
Smart.
Smart. Are you smart?
No.
Yes is the answer. Good one, Mackie. Alright, so smart. Does anyone know what this means, or has anyone heard it? Who's heard of it? You've heard of it? Through school? Oh, smart. No, so it stands for something. I love that reaction. Alright, so I'm going to say this. This is specific. What does M stand for? Anyone know?
Mental.
Mental? No, I'm going to go measurable.
articulation,
Say what?
association,
Association?
Achievement.
Achievement, yeah. Achievable. Achievable.
responsibility,
No. What did you say? Okay, say it.
respect,
Realistic. And the last one. Time. So let's just focus on this, right? If we don't have time, is time related to State Cup?
Yes.
So why?
you only have a certain amount of time to play the game.
You only have a certain amount of time to game the game. Is State Cup all year?
No.
Is it in a specific period of time? Right. So now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and take some of these and we're going to try and look at how smart and put it in that. So let's take, for example, we'll take one of each, right? We'll take State Cup. Should we take high school? And shall we take college? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Right. So let's do this. State Cup, high school, college. All right. Specific. What can we do for State Cup? What can we do over the next, what can we commit to over the next 5 months? Because do we want to win it?
Yes.
So how, let's be specific now. How can we do that?
Putting in the hard work, not just in practice, but at home, like
Right.
yourself.
So definitely hard work, right? So we didn't win the last tournament, right? So we have to learn from that because we may face that team in the finals, the semi-finals, the quarterfinals, right? So we may have to change some things. So specifically, hard work. Okay, let's measure that. What does that mean? So we train through, you said, what did you say?
You don't just train in like practices, but you have to work on your own at home.
So training at home. Go on, Melissa.
Can you say ball work at home?
Ball work at home. So we'll just say home. All right. What else? Go on, Mads.
At like soccer fields, like after practice.
Right. So just a general. All right. the next game, all the games that you play in the build up to State Cup, do you have another tournament in between? I think you have 2, right? Maybe 1 or 2?
At least one.
At least 1, right? Now, do you have to win that tournament to win State Cup? No, but you do have to what from that? Learn. Excellent. So, achievable. Is State Cup achievable for you? State Cup winning it. Is it achievable?
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself one of the top 5, we would say? Playing well? Would you consider yourself, when you play well, you're a top 5 team?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't look to me. I'm just trying. We don't play. You play. All right. So we would say we're a top 5 team.
I don't know what other teams.
What's that?
I don't know a lot of other teams.
Well, how do you think you do in FSPL?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Do you think you play pretty well and pretty good? Do you think you do well? Do you think, looking back, that you could have won more of those games? Right? So this is reflection. So let's be realistic. Right? Can we get to the top 5? We're in round 2. Right? So that means you have to win to get to the final 4, which would be considered the top 4. You would have to win at least 4 games. Do you think you can do that? That's tough. Do you buy me? You tell me. What do you think? So circling back, is hard work going to be the only thing that gets us to do the top 4?
No.
So what else is it?
Trust.
Trust? I think that's a really good thing. Trust? What did I work on last week or the last 2 weeks with you?
Risks.
We talked about risk. Specifically, what was the session? Begins with D. Defense. Defending. Right? So next we'll work on some attacking. Because we know we need to do that. Right? Okay, so top 5. Is it realistic if we do just hard work and just trust? What else? Okay, now we're getting there. What else do we need to do? Communicate better. Because we communicate, but we can be better. Okay. Go on, Mads.
Wouldn't it just be our short-term goals and better crosses, shoot more, communicate, and stronger?
Yeah. We can put all those there because they are better crosses. Is that specific? I think so. It's narrowing down. Out of 5 crosses in the game, can you try to make 3 of them as opposed to 1 of them right now? Right? Would that be specific? We're going from 1 successful cross to 3. I'm not expecting 100%, but would you expect that percentage better?
Yeah.
You tell me. You think that's a good thing? I agree. All right. So we went through realistic, which would be 4 wins. Time. So what are we going to do between now and the first game of State Cup? Which, by the way, just everyone knows, the 3rd round in State Cup. This last year was played in Pensacola. Pensacola. That's an 8-hour drive. So just know that.
That's this year?
That was last year.
Oh, okay.
That was last year. I don't know about this year.
Wait, that Pensacola was where was that? Oh, the hurricane?
It's like the panhandle.
Yeah. Relax on the hurricane. I'm just telling you where it is. Okay. So we have 2 months. How many weeks are in a month, typically? 4. So how many weeks do we have? 8. How many training sessions do you have a week?
3. 24. 24. And then plus we do then like 8 times 3.
So let's say we have well,
How would you do that?
Alright, so 24 sessions. It's not a lot, right? It's not a lot. What if you miss him? You may get sick. You miss 2. So you're down to 22. So now the focus is crystal clear. You have 24 training sessions to get to the final 4 of State Cup. What else can we do? How many games do you think we have? Literally, how many games?
Now and then.
Season comes to an end.
12.
Tournament.
18.
18 games between now and then. I would say, let's have a guess before we get there. Let's have a.
9. 20.
Hold on. A lot of guessing going.
Wait, and we have 3 things. There's no way we can have 18 games.
Well, Saffron, you're being very realistic, which I love. Let's think about it. How many games do you think you can have till March?
9. 12.
12, including the tournament. So let's take the tournament as 4 games.
So then I'd say
18.
14. Who thinks about 8 and below? No, between 8 and 12.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 12 and above. Okay. So we're on about between 8 and 12 games. That includes that tournament. Right? Now, who knows what happens with that tournament? Because, again, the goal is not the tournament, winning the tournament. You just told me, is the goal to win the tournament? No. What's the goal?
To learn from it.
And to what? Go to State Cup. Right? So, 24 sessions. Let's just say for ease, 10 games. Right? So just so if no one knows the math, 24 plus 10. Good answer. That's how we got to 34. So we have 34 moments together.
Oh, no. What's that?
It's not a lot, is it? Right? So, let's see. Now you know, right? So we can do, I want you to do the same for high school and do the same for college yourself. Not now. It's your homework. And I don't want you to bring it with a piece of paper, but I want you to write it on a piece of paper at home and talk it through your parents and your teammates. That's perfectly okay. Go on.
Wait, do we like calculate the practices or like?
No. No, to get to college? No, that's a lot of calculating. Paul Mackey, no. So I'll send it to, I'll refresh it after this, right? So I want you to give me an idea of what you're going to do to get to high school and what you're going to do to get to college. What are the little things that you may need to do, right? Be on this team. There may be players that drop out. There may be players that join, right? That's a reality. So, but let's just review State Cup. Specifically, we talked about individuals with players. Shoot more, cross more. Communicate, right? Hard work, trust. Everyone agree? Measurable, what's that? What do we do, Sam?
It's how long you have or what you do at home.
So working a little bit harder. How many sessions do you have a week? 3. How many days in a week?
7.
Brilliant. Just brilliant. Right? So 3 training sessions and 7 days. Right? Achievable. Do we think we can achieve this?
Yes.
Top 5. When you play well, I think you can. Realistic. I'm going to do the same thing. Realistically, right? You can achieve top 4. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Everyone on the team has to buy into that. Time. Do we know how we got to 34 sessions? Does anyone want to back out that 34? 10 plus 12? 34 times together. 10 games, 3 training sessions a week for the next 8 weeks. It's not a lot of time. Everyone makes that. Everyone buy into that. This is potentially one of them. Actually, yeah. Cool?
Yeah.
What's your homework?
To finish college.
Right. So I want some goals. Short term, medium and long term for high school. Short term, medium, long term for college. What can you do short term to make you better in high school right now?
Get better grades.
Get better grades. Excellent. What can you do, and you can't do it right now because high school soccer for some teams have finished. Have you researched the high school soccer team?
A little bit.
A little bit. Would that be right now it's probably not a short term, but it could be medium term because if they're not playing anymore. I would suggest that would be a good thing to do, right? Cool? Everyone make sense?
Yes.
You ready to go and play?
Yes.
Tidied the chairs up, put them there, you're all good to go. How many people are confused by the chair?